What is going on, family? It is another late night with Johnny edition live stream. This is the part of the show where we talk about how we're doing today. I hope everybody else is having a wonderful day. If I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys, if I'm gonna keep it 100. What's going on, Maul? I am having a terrible day. I'm having a terrible day. But I was watching a video earlier. I've been doing a lot of thinking the last couple of days. Obviously, when you get feeling down, you think probably way too much, for sure. Um, I was watching a video earlier that was talking about an artist that was talking about how like they're always like they have to smile like every single day because it's part of the job. Like you have to be X character for people because they don't want to see like you not be that way. And he was talking about how he was like, had to kind of normalize it to himself that it's okay for him to not be okay and to not smile, and on days where he doesn't feel like smiling. And I totally understand what he meant. And I was like, that's how I'm feeling today. Because I was like, I don't want to cancel the live stream because I do want to get on there and I do want to record. I'm like, but I'm just uber down today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just uber down today. And music seems to always help put me in a better mood, in a better place. So I thought it would still be a good enough idea to try to at least get some reactions in today because I did want to do them. I still was excited to do them, even though my mentality and overall mood might just not be as up and energetic today as it normally would typically be. But, I'm still that same Johnny, though. Deep down, I'm still that same energetic little Peter Pan kid. What's going on, Aaron? Good to see you, my friend. I know you're probably going to be in and out tonight with that. Appreciate you for sharing on the Discord or whatnot. Again, the Discord has been so great lately, guys. And if you're watching this later and you're not on here right now, like Steve is, how you doing, Steve? Go say hi to you as well. Yes, it has been a rough weekend. And if you're watching this later, you got to get on that Discord for sure. You really do. You really got to get on that Discord because it's growing every day and it's getting only better every day. We're coming up with new ideas every day, and it's bringing so much joy to my world, like seeing it just kind of blossom and just seeing what like new people are bringing into it. Now we got a whole thing about food now. And like we're like learning new things about people every day based on like new things coming into things. So we got like a bunch of master chefs in the Foxtrot family for sure. If they're not a master chef, they're probably married to one. Like there's a lot of people with some killer photos of the food that they'd be making, and like the whole conversation we had about stroganoff on there made me make me very hungry for some stroganoff. It didn't matter which kind they were talking about. It all sounded good. So I was like, and it don't have cheese. That's my whole thing, is it didn't have no cheese. So that always is a big plus for me with being that weirdo guy who doesn't like to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Paul, how you doing, my friend? I forget what time. Super silly o'clock. So it's like stupid late for you. Nah, that's like our time. Like it's 11 p.m. here. So is it like what, the wee hours of the a.m.? Is that, what time is it where you're at right now? You don't have to tell us exactly where in the world you are, but what time is it where you are? Steve's food looks awesome as well. That's what I'm saying. The whole Foxtrot family's got some master chefs involved for sure. See, yeah, I know Paul's over in the UK, but I don't know what the time difference is. I'm really terrible about it. Still early. 3:43 in the morning. Gotcha. Okay. I really enjoy crafting a good meal that friends and family are blown away from. Yeah, that my butt. one of my best friends, one of them, he's a chef. I've talked about him a few times, I think now. He's a chef, and oh my god, almost everything he makes, I was like, dude, I hate to just be like this, but I'm like, it's like the best version of everything that I've ever eaten. Like when he even made me a simple ass breakfast burrito, just with some eggs and bacon in it. And I was like, I don't know what you do to this thing, dude, but I was like, how is it so much better? He's like, oh, it's just this. I'm like, you're doing literally everything I do, but for some reason yours is better. I don't get it. Some people have a gift. It's true. I grew up in a household where my mom, I hate to throw this shade on her like that, but my mom wasn't the greatest cook in the world, and she wasn't terrible. She was not terrible, but I had some friends who had way worse cooks. But my mom is definitely a lot better of a cook now than she was when I was growing up, and so I did a lot of traveling pretty much my entire life, so I am very, very familiar with all kinds of cuisine and from all different parts of the country. So when people have an opinion about like which kind of pizza is the best pizza, I have had multiple kinds from the exact cities that everybody references. You know what I mean? So I have like an opinion about all of it because I've been to all these places and I've tried all these things, which a lot of you guys have too. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you know that there's better out there, it makes you want to do better in like your own kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that a lot of you guys have the gift as well, because you either just are born knowing that it's going to be better this way, like my best friend is, because he hasn't done no travel like that. He just has always been a great cook. You know what I mean? I think that came from his family though. That kind of passed some of that knowledge and love down a little bit. But I am not a good cook. I can cook some bomb ass breakfast type shit, but not even probably remotely close to what you guys probably are even doing, to be honest with you. With the pictures I've seen on the Discord, for sure. Cult of personality will help a little. Yes, we're about to just jump into that. It was actually literally what I was just thinking about. I feel so terrible for Susie, because I totally left her out of the Patreon live stream. She had that request in, and I completely did not add it in there, and I completely forgot about it, and I just got done in the last live stream talking about how much I hate it when I do that to people, and I literally did it in that same stream. So we have to do that one first. We're gonna have to do that one first, and I'm gonna put my best foot forward for Susie. And I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like every time I do a reaction for her, I feel terrible, because I feel like I'm never in the best headspace to give her one. But I think this is gonna, the lineup that I got here, I'm not really that worried about it. I feel like this is all kind of stuff that like I kind of listen to when I am down. I really just don't like to listen to a lot of super sad stuff when I'm down, because it really just depends. Uplifting is typically good on really any day. So, and I'm always down for some good pop punk, and I've been putting off this new aesthetic reaction for a hot minute, and I need to do it. I need to help my boys out. So I need to go ahead and pull this. Is my video glitching? What is going on? Is it that? It might be that. Hopefully it fixes it. My mom used to destroy protein because she was terrified of undercooking it. Same, dude. I'm telling you, man. You're like a brother from another mother. For real. Man, yeah. Same with my mom. My mom, that's kind of the joke that we have in the family, is like, my mom would cook the chicken until all the juices left its body. She was so scared that we were going to get salmonella or poisoning or mad cow disease, any of that stuff, man. She was so terrified of that was going to happen. So yeah, she never not well done on the steak. I enjoy my steak rare. I always have. It's like a flashing half frame sometimes. Okay, let's see. Is it still doing it? Is it still doing it? Yeah, I don't understand why it would do that. Mommy wooden chicken. Glitchy and blurry for me. Hmm. Yes, it's still doing it. Okay. I'm not seeing it on my end. I do see it though sometimes when I'm doing some of the editing though. Like every 10 seconds. Oh wow, yeah, that's no bueno. No bueno at all. How's the audio quality? Is it loud enough or is it like, do I need to put it closer to my mic again? Hey, what's going on, Elsie? How are you doing tonight, my friend? Let's see. See, I saw it that time. Why is it doing that? I wonder. Audio is fine. Okay, cool. All right, so the audio is fine. Wonder if I can mess with this on here or not. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing it do it, and I don't understand why it's doing it. If you think it has something to do with my cable connection, let me adjust that. Let me mess with that again. Okay. It does look like it might be a flaky cable or loose connection. Yeah, that's what it was saying. It's just kind of weird how it was doing that. I wonder if that fixed the problem. We'll see. We'll see if it's still doing it for a minute. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe this had something to do with it. No, it doesn't appear to be. Stabilizing more than it was. Okay, cool. Yep, it looks like we might have a better connection. So that would be cool. All right. I really am gonna go at I'm really going at half speed tonight, guys. So please bear with me. Please bear with me. Um, I know I'm sure probably people are going to be very in and out today because I'm not very enthusiastic. So I'm going to be very casual and cavalier today. That's the kind of mood that I'm in today. Depression really does suck though. You know what I mean? It's no matter how much you want to not feel a certain way, like you still can't help it. As much as you want to be happy and want to be enthusiastic, like you can't. You just there's nothing that can change it in a moment. But yeah, I was talking about that video earlier about how when that artist was talking about how like I'm learning to teach myself that it's okay to not be okay, and I was like, well, you really got to walk the walk, and you know when you talk the talk, Johnny, you got to walk the walk. So I feel like that's what essentially what I was kind of trying to do today, where just kind of be honest with people that I'm like, you know, I'm just not feeling the greatest. So today is probably not the perfect day to maybe make a donation request, but if you'd like to make one, it probably would be better for me to do it on a different day. But I am kind of excited for the lineup that I got today. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Like I said, music always seems to put me in a better mood. I've been going down like some random paths with some like old stuff the last couple of days. So yeah, it's been random. You know, like I said, I go down these random paths with music. It'll like one thing will make me think about another song or another band, and I just kind of, you know, because you just kind of keep going on down the track. So they keep bleeding like the same bands. I keep thinking about the same bands, and it's all the bands that I think about like when and I listen to like in this time frame. So, you know, a lot of the ones on my wall and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't really listen to Linkin Park probably as much as probably people think that I do. But Linkin Park has been heavy on my mind lately, especially since they just released that new album this weekend. So, yeah, it's just that's kind of got me, I think, a little fucked up at the same time too, where it's just like this idea of like they really are just moving on without you now. You know what I mean? And it just kind of sucks to. I was a Linkin Park fan, but I was a Chester fan. Does that make sense? Like, you know, and we talked about this a little bit on my last live stream where I was like, Mike was cool and all, but like it really for me it was really more about Chester, and it always kind of was. I listened to all of Mike's side projects. I've always listened and supported almost everything that he's done. I just did not like this move. I did not like it. And this weekend I guess kind of really just solidified in my mind like, yep, they're just really kind of moving on now, man. And now all he's gonna be is a memory in a lot of people's minds. But I think about him quite a bit, and I know a lot of other people do. And I think I was talking about I was explaining to him to somebody a handful of years ago when he did die, and it was one of those things in the moment when he that weekend he passed away. That individual was like, you know, why I don't really understand why anybody cares so much when like a celebrity dies. Like you don't know that person. So why do you give a shit? Why do you give a fuck? At the time, the individual was a very young person. And I think that individual now does not have that perspective. So, but what I had told them was for me, he was a representation of everybody who felt like me. And for you to see all the success and all the videos and all the live in Texas concert and just, you know, all of the success did not change anything for him. And I feel like he was one of those people that if he can carry on, so can I. And it's tough, like when you have somebody that you kind of look up to that way. It's like, you know, you can still be something in this world. To see them lose the battle, like Robin Williams, man, like Anthony Bourdain, man.
It really sucks to feel so alone in the world. No matter how much success and people laugh at your movies and like your songs, it doesn't change anything. Sometimes it makes it harder. People expect you to be something. And be that all the time. I try really hard to not let my depression and my PTSD and all those things like ruin my life. Because it does ruin my life, you know what I mean? It controls like so much of my life. That every day is like a constant battle to be better and to not let it consume you. A lot of times people think like the holidays are like, you know, the happiest time of the years. And a lot of times like it's like the worst time of the year for a lot of people. And a lot of people just cannot even wrap their mind around the fact of why. How could you not? There's so much joy and happiness. It's around everywhere. How could you not like the holidays? And I think that answer like changes from like person to person too at the same time. That sorry. I don't know what it is about the cold wind, man, but the cold wind and the holidays are two things that happen at the same time. So almost every time around this year, I get like this, and it's not because of anything to do with the holidays. I like the holidays. I like going to see my family. I like going to see my wife's family. I always enjoy the holidays. It's not like I even like, you know, don't look forward to them like that. But it's just really hard to pretend and fake during this time of year. But again, you know, you don't want to be the you want to be what people want you to be all the time. And it's tough to like, you know, like to show them like that this is like who you really are, you know, at the end of the day. This is how you feel all the time. And you just have a hard time like, you know, not showing that. You know, I think somebody who might know a thing or two about therapy would say it's terrible to say something like that, Johnny, because that's like basically self-deprecation, and that's not who you really are. And I know that's part of the problem, right? Is like when I get like this, I get really, really down on myself. I just hit 6,000 subscribers. I think it was yesterday, which is like, you know, something to be celebrated. But again, like I was saying on my Discord, every time I feel like there's something to turn around and say like, hey, that's something to be happy and excited about. It just feels like all the a great time and excuse to beat myself up for the other 10, 15, 30 things that I think I should have done or whatever by now. You know what I mean? So I try to be really honest and realistic in the fact that like I say a lot on here that I'm very thankful for everything that I have achieved this year, like already. I
I never thought I would have achieved any of this by this point in my life. And like I said, I'm not, it's not lost on me. But at the same time, I also feel like I have a long way to go. And I'm not content yet, if that makes sense. I still have a passion and a drive for this, and I want to do this like all the time. I want to do this every day. But it does take a lot out of me at the same time. It's hard to be really focused on one thing and also, like, you know, focused on a bunch of other things at the same time. So, anyway, all right. I have vented enough. I have opened door the therapy gates enough tonight. I feel like we were talking the other day, and somebody said, "I hate to bring the mood down," and I was like, "Nah, man, just speak your mind, say what's on your mind." And I'm like, I feel like that's all I've done since I got in this live stream, was just bring the mood down. So I could probably just continue to blab forever, but I don't think anybody really wants to hear that. So I would rather get into some music and actually try to do something positive with my life today. You know what I mean? Even though this might have been a little therapeutic, and hopefully maybe something to somebody and touch somebody in a positive way. So again, I'm probably let my depression talk and talk myself out of the fact of this was a good idea, bad idea, whatever. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to go read the chat and see what the good folks in the Foxtrot family have to say this evening. Terry, I see you. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Jay, I see you as well. How are you doing? That is great to hear. Maul said it's great to hear about the subscribers. I'll be honest, I don't pay attention to that. Yeah, I don't know how much I care about that either, because at the end of the day, I think that what has been more rewarding to me is seeing the Discord and, like, you know, the Patreon family, like, you know, that kind of stuff grow is, I think, to me, more important. And I'm still really trying to figure out what I could use the Patreon for outside of what I can use Discord for already, because I really don't want to be non-inclusive, but there's going to be basically stuff that I'm not going to be able to post on YouTube, that I would have to post on my Patreon that I plan on recording. I have a couple of like TV show documentary things that are music-based related that I want to watch and post on there, but I will not be able to share it probably on YouTube because I think it'll be completely blocked. So that will be one good positive thing that I could use the Patreon for, because that's at least one idea that I got, that we can do something exclusive and be very right here only. So that will be cool. Let's see. This is your only Discord server I frequent daily. Oh, well, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I got the best family in the world, to be honest with you guys. You know, you guys, again, just even reading y'all's interactions with each other brings so much joy to my world, just to see that. So it's so cool. And like this whole writer's block thing that we got going now too, between the writer's block, between the food thing, like I said, almost every day something new is something growing that, you know, within the community, and it's great. And that's why, as far as the rules and guidelines go, I feel like, you know, we kind of play it by ear. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we kind of have a general overall kind of rules and guidelines to kind of live by, but at the same time, like, you know, we're figuring it out as we go. So we're making it all our own. So it's just cool to see. I thought about oh, what's going on? Mr. Bellavelopment just hopped in with the I see him peep in with the eyeballs. Yeah, you just missed the good part of the day there, sir. You know, I just got done babbling for like 30 minutes about like nonsense, mental health, all that kinds of stuff. Steve, Steve, you caught it, man. You caught it. I saw them eyeballs when he popped up in here. Now we just need to ask Ashlina to hop up in here. Where's our good friend McFly at? He's probably live streaming right now. Ashlina is definitely probably sleeping because she's on the same time zone as me. So it's definitely late night with Johnny streaming tonight. Oh, Bell said he was listening too. Gotcha. It wasn't nonsense. Well, thanks, Maul. Yeah, you guys are too kind. I actually had a really good conversation with Mr. Bell Development earlier this evening. Since he's on here, I'll go ahead and I'll promote it a little bit. So my first official interview that I feel like it was an honor to do so was with Mr. Jesse himself earlier today. So I was very excited to have a nice little conversation with him. So we kind of had it a little bit in like a little bit of like a podcast kind of form. So it was nice to talk with him about just kind of a little bit of his story and his life. And, of course, we got into some music. And, of course, we're going to talk about Freeze the Fall for sure. So, I'll be tuning that up and probably getting it out sometime this week. Yeah. I don't feel like there's really too much to edit on that one. It's just more or less building the anticipation for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Gotta sell it a little bit, Well, this was my first interview. 1 and 2, it was with Jesse, the GOAT himself. You know what I mean? How could we not have a great interview when the two of us are talking to each other? But yes, we had a nice talk, and I'll have that out probably sometime this week, probably right before the weekend, I would think. Right before I get ready to head out to see my wife's family for a nice little week-long vacation. As far as content is concerned, for the week that I am gone, I will be live streaming that week, but it will be like, obviously on temporary location and whatnot. And I still plan on putting out some content. It just probably will not be as heavy as it has been on the typical day-to-day, but that's totally cool. Oh, yo, what's up? McFly's up in here too. I was actually just talking about you. We sent out the bat signal to see if you was out there, man. Because we had Jesse in the chat as well tonight. I was over here thinking that you probably were live streaming because he's been doing a lot of live streaming a little later in the evenings for his time frame. In his community over there in the McFly universe. So almost every time that I'm like in the middle of doing a bunch of editing and stuff, I'm getting a notification that McFly's doing reactions and whatnot. I was watching some of his the other day, and I didn't really have the time to say hi and explain myself, so I had to kind of get in and out of there. But yeah, he was getting into all kinds of stuff. But he had he was getting the bandmade flock coming in his direction. Oh man, it was kind of cracking me up, man. I was like, oh, poor JP. I was like, he's getting bombarded with the bandmade brigade. They're everywhere. You gotta find them, man. You gotta find them. Jesse's got to go now that McFly's here. He said that he can't have too many celebrities in the house at the same time. So that's what we call any friend of the show here. Is you guys are infamous celebrities in our world over here. Or infamous, famous, whatever. I don't know. I think I risk use the word infamous a lot, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday or a Monday morning if you are Paul in the UK. Paul, in the UK, are you a night owl, my friend? Like I am, because this is kind of like the start of my getting going. Oh yeah, McFly too. Yeah, since you're on here, man, I'll definitely say in front of the live crew and the live audience, since I got a chance to sit down with Mr. Jesse, definitely want to do the same thing with you. I know we were looking at hopefully trying to do something
this last couple of days or whatever. But yeah, I need to definitely hit you up and try to get something on the books, my guy. Whenever you got some time, whenever you are available, I am open and flexible. I'm trying to think of what my week is looking like this week. I have an interview scheduled on Tuesday, and Wednesday I typically do the Women Who Walk live stream. So Thursday or Monday, tomorrow maybe. Thursday or Monday. How are those days looking for you, fam? If you got time, hit me up for sure. I would love. I'm ready to talk some hip hop with you for sure, for sure, for sure. Johnny hit up Nemophilia. Oh, see, all you guys pushing on this Japanese stuff, man. You guys are Japanese pushers. I swear to God. You know what I mean? No, you guys push that harder than the Angelina Jordan fans and all of them too. Like even the Warning Army doesn't push this hard. That's what's crazy, man. Because honestly, I have never gotten like one person that hopped in here and be like, "Yo, dog, you should totally listen to the Warning." Now it's gonna happen, but like no one has done it like on an honest level like that. The Vampire Club, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, us graveyarders, us night people. Yes, vampires for sure. I don't know why. I just sleep better when the sun's up. It's just a thing. Blame it on Iraq. Blame it on Iraq. Watch someone's reaction to Nemo's banana song earlier. By about Monday or Thursday evenings. I stream Monday evenings. So how's Thursday doing? How is your Thursday looking there, McFly? Oh, he was saying that I recently reacted to Nemophilia. Yes, I did. Yes. There are a few Japanese bands that I'm going to get back into, and I think that I will probably around the time that we do probably a live stream for like International Day, I think. Oh, you want to go through the new Linkin Park album also? Oh, you want to like sit down with me? And like, is that what? Yeah, we're gonna have to talk offline, fam. We're gonna have to talk offline to see what plans you got for me, my guy. I'll do anything you want me to, man. I'll for real. If you want me to listen to that Linkin Park album, and I'll sit down and have a conversation with you about it, I will. I will be the guy who probably defends Chester quite a bit on that conversation. But I think it would be a good conversation. It would be better. It's actually not a bad idea to have two people on both sides of the coin talking about it. So that's actually kind of a genius idea, McFly. I like where your headspace is on there, my guy. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. We'll talk about this, though. We will. We will. Because I think that actually would be probably a pretty good conversation. Because I'm not going to just, like, completely just say that it's complete trash. I will be objective about it. I think that's where most people in my position wouldn't be objective about the record. Yes, friendly banter, absolutely. I'm not here to attack nobody. I ain't gonna attack nobody. Ain't gonna feel nobody feel stupid. Jesse's, now that he's run away, I will tell you on that interview, totally punked him out. Totally punked him out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nah. I feel like it was a good interview. I feel like I probably could have done a little bit of a better job personally. You know what I mean? But at the same time, for our first one, I was kind of happy with how I felt it went, but I haven't watched it yet. So I have no idea what it really looks like. So one can only hope. One can only hope that it was okay and decent. But at least in my mind, the conversation went well. I enjoyed having it, and that's why I wanted to have it with him, because I thought that it was, every time I talk to him, I feel like we have good conversations. So I thought it would be cool to do that with somebody else, and I thought that he would be an interesting person to talk to, because every time that I learned like a little bit more about him, I was like, man, this guy's like got like another little trick up his sleeve about him, like every 10 seconds. Okay, all right, but yeah, I'm gonna at least get into a couple reactions tonight, guys. I've been holding y'all on for a minute now, and I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and just letting me banter and talk for a while.
Oh, the way that I say that band's name, yeah, it definitely comes across like I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying, Steve. This live stream is not brought to you by Monster. That's probably why I'm down today, to be honest with you, because I'm not. It's not bringing the energy. You know what I mean? If you want to know what kind of guy I am definitely a Coke over Pepsi kind of person. Always have been, always will be. My wife is from Georgia, the home of the world of Coke. If you know, you know. So she obviously is like it's part of their bloodstream down there. So like they literally grow up like drinking Coke more than water down there. It's kind of a problem. So yes, and recently I've been on a Sprite kick. I don't really drink a lot of soda. I drink one like a day. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, I believe everything is enjoyable in moderation. You know what I'm saying? It's when you start start drinking 3-4 sodas a day that when you gotta start watching yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm somebody, am I drinking enough water? Because I'm drinking too much soda now. And no judgment to anybody else. I've been the guy who all I drink was Mountain Dew. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I'm just trying to be healthier. I'm trying to do better things with myself. I'm trying to take better care of Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Part of depression, if you guys don't know, part of depression is basically just not taking care of yourself, like not eating properly, just not proper bathing, stuff like that, like showering, those kinds of things. Like I said, I have to kind of like set reminders on my phone, like, yo, dog, here's your daily reminder, like, did you take a shower today? You know what I mean? Did you brush your teeth today? Did you do XYZ today? Like, so if you don't do it, you're like consciously not doing it. You know what I mean? So most days I'm pretty good about it, but I have that set up because that what works for me, because I have to be reminded to take care of myself. I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, yeah, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably wouldn't eat anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, I snack on bullshit, like peanuts and shit randomly. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, okay, I just have a handful of peanuts, or oh, I'll just take a piece of beef jerky or some shit. I'm such a veteran at my soul in that way, where it's just like, I just have a Cliff Bar. You know what I mean? Cliff Bar and a little mini Gatorade, and I'll be all right. Oh, shit. What about RC Cola? RC Cola's not bad, but I mean, this doesn't compare to Coke. You know what I mean? It just doesn't compare. But it is a good like, soda. I had no problem with RC Cola, but if there's Coke available, I'm taking it over the RC. RC is more of the nostalgia for me. Oh, so Maryland, more Ray, please. Specifically her, It's a Man's World cover at the Jazzy Festival along with It's Worth It Live. Yes. Well, hello, Marilyn. Time that I've seen you in the chat before, so I definitely want to say hello to you. And yes, I will definitely have some more Ray on the way, and I'll definitely have some more Ray this week because I don't have any Ray in the tuck. As far as actual specific requests, I don't believe for Ray. But I will get to another one this week, though, because I think I kind of burned through all the ones I already had for her already. So I'll have to add another one to the list. I really want to do, I think, Money Game Part 2 from Ren is what's been on my mind for Ren this week. I am going to ask our friend from our Portuguese-speaking friend what song she would like me to do this week from Angelina Jordan, because I think I've kind of given up on the idea of just going in order. So I'm going to bounce around. Somebody told me, like when I said that, brought it up, they said many reactors have said that they were going to do it this way and then they don't end up doing it. I'm already going to break it too. Yeah, I've already broken it like twice, so I'm just going to just keep bouncing around. So I think I'm going to wait for her to tell me which Angelina Jordan video she wants me to do this week. So I'm going to do that one specifically for her. Coffee's bad, tea is good. Oh, get out of here with that, Paul. I know you guys enjoy your tea over there, but there ain't nothing wrong with our coffee, man. I love me some good coffee, and I love some good coffee from all over the world. Some of y'all who talk about like Colombian coffee, like if you know about that like the real stuff, that's good. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I'm gonna name one, and it's not gonna be a real country. But yeah, like all the authentic stuff, man. Like when you go to the spot and they have it available,
like a real Italian espresso and stuff like that too. Good stuff. Just no Earl Grey. I don't like green tea. That's the one that I'm not a big fan of. I don't know why I'm not a big fan of green tea. And a lot of boba places don't do black tea with the boba. But there was a spot in Georgia that did, and it was like the best one ever. And they're owned by an actual like Taiwanese family, and they're never going to expand because that company is all about like Taiwanese people owning it and only Taiwanese people running it, and which is an absolutely great thing. But it just means that I'm only get to have it when I go to Georgia, and I'll never get to experience it anywhere else unless there's some other Taiwanese family that decides to open one somewhere near me, and the chances of that happening are very, very slim to none. So, yeah, I enjoy that pretty much every day we ever go to Georgia. It's on me and my wife's list of things to do pretty much every day there. Sometimes twice to be honest with you. It's like the best boba spot in the entire planet, to be honest with you. I've had a lot of it, and it's and I know you guys are gonna bring it up. Oh, this place is pretty good. This place is pretty good. It is terrible compared to Bubblebees. Bubblebees is a spot. It is a spot. Greatest people in the world. Greatest boba. Yeah, I miss it every day. I'm gonna get some next week though. All right, let's get into one of these requests. We got to get into Susie's request. We have got to check out Cult of Personality because she has been asking me to do this song, and she likes to get me on a little nostalgia path. You know, because she told me, she's like, I know that you know most of these songs, but at the same time, I still want to know what you think. And sometimes it's a good thing to go down memory lane. I don't know if I've ever watched the music video for this. You know what I mean? But I'm about 89 to 120% sure. Check out those odds that I do know this song. Let me make sure my settings are all good here. Put these on my headphones so I can actually hear them. Turn that up. Stable volume is off. Thank you, Aaron, for pointing that out before. Let me turn that's more. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn the properties on here. All right. Oh, just in time, Pixie. Just in time, my friend. Oh man, now we having the coffee conversation in here. Oh, I don't even have the goddamn chat up today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm over here swearing like a damn sailor too. I'm just letting it loose. I'm acting way too relaxed on today's stream. That's what happens on Late Night with Johnny Foxtrot. we are super laid back and lax on the late night stream. Yes, if you guys want to know how far my love of like the idea of the rainbow and the colors of the rainbow and all that are, like, this is one of my vapes that I use, little purple and gold action. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm that guy. I wear black all the time, and this is how I like my color. Does that make sense? Purple's my favorite, obviously. That's why the logo is purple. But black, obviously, all day, every day. My wife tries so hard to get me in other colors, but if I do, it's just another variation of a dark shade. It's really all it is. It's going to be like the navy blue, or it's going to be like the gray. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very rare that I do not wear dark clothes, especially black shirts, hoodies. But I do have some, and I break them out every once in a while. It's all the time and the place. It is all the time and the place. All right, I'm going to hit this a couple more times, and then we're going to record this reaction for our good friend Susie. Because I got an apology. I'm going to have to give her a legit one this time.
Yeah, Steve was talking about the Rainbow of Rock and all that. Like when I first started my channel, and I was doing the whole searching through the Rainbow of Rock thing. Um, that was at a time when I was feeling like, you know, I was on the hunt to find these artists, and then I realized that people were like, "Yo, no, there's a bunch of other artists that we already know about that we should put you on to." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying." When I started this YouTube journey, I did not think this is how it was going to go. But I am so glad that it has. I've been introduced to so many terrific artists, so many terrific bands, and I've already made such great cool new friends, like, you know, through this, you know, the community that we have built, everything that I have, you know, ever wanted is already starting to happen. So it's so cool to just see that already blossom. And so I would encourage any of you guys, if you were thinking about breaking out the old quill, you know, and writing a short story or some poems, or, you know, a novel, you know, fictional, non-fictional, whatever, you know, you want to start learning to play some music, or you want to create a YouTube channel, you want to reaction channel. Someone was talking about a food one. Do it. You never know where it's going to take you. You never really know where it's going to take you. That was one of the things that I think that me and JP will definitely get into the conversation of when we sit down together, is because we've already kind of talked a little bit about that, you know, just through messaging and stuff like that, about how much, like, where things are going in the future for some things, and, you know, just the overall temperature of, like, you know, when you came into creating your channel, the first thought you were going to do, and like where we are today. I think McFly, I think he initially started like doing it as like more of like a gaming channel, and he's talked a few times about how, like, you know, he has like a whole gaming side that he does too. I'm like, that's awesome. You know, I thought about it too. Now that I've started to get into my whole YouTube thing, I was like, well, I play video games too, but I'm like, I don't feel like I'm as entertaining when I play Call of Duty or any of those games, because I'm way more like focused. You know what I mean? I'm a good B mic for JP. You know what I mean? For McFly. So if McFly gets up on there, you know what I'm saying? And like he's the streamer and I'm just the guy in the background that every once in a while he's like, yeah, they're on the building. That's who I should be in his world. Does that make sense? I could be the other guy on the regular camera that you could just hear, like, not even on camera, on the microphone that you could just hear like through the gameplay. That's who I should be on there, because I don't talk a lot on there. I'm either a distraction or I'm distracting myself. So I'm not good at like that. That's why I've never went in the direction of never doing anything like that. So, oh my God, Felipe, how are you doing, my friend? Greetings from Chile. How are you doing? I wonder what time it is in Chile. I'm curious what time it is. But yeah, we've gotten people all over the globe now, especially like on the Discord. You know, I think Steve was listing out the countries that we have listed already, and I was like, man, it's almost every person we got is from, like, we only got like a handful of people from the U.S. actually on the Discord. Like the good majority of the people are from other countries. So I'm like, that's so cool, so cool to see. All right, let's get into one of these reactions, guys. I've been putting you off for 54 minutes now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been yabbing. But it has been fun hanging out with you guys, and we are going to treat this like a regular reaction for our good friend Susie. So I'm going to glance at the chat, and I swear to God, if y'all start talking about foot fetishes and wiki feet and all that kinds of stuff in the chat again in the background, I swear to God, if y'all start talking about all this freaky dicky stuff in the background, I'm over here trying to be serious about a woman's video, and y'all are like, I'm totally kidding, guys. I'm totally kidding. Please feel free to write whatever you want back there. It really is. It really was just more funny than anything. Where I was like, they're really having a whole side conversation. Oh man, it was really killing me. It was killing me. I can't believe I kept it together. Because as soon as I noticed it, I felt my cheeks blush. Because you know what I mean. I laughed in my cheeks, at least. You know what I'm saying? I felt when I was watching it back, I didn't see it personally, but I was like, there was a moment like I could feel it where I was like, yo, like this is the chat's so wild tonight. Oh man, this shit was cracking me up though. All right. Okay, so Steve is saying that this is a Tom Morello style. Don't pause the solo. Okay, so we are going to keep it going through the solo. Okay. I hope that Universal or Sony doesn't own this song. I hope that they're going to let me play it. That would be cool. That would be nice. That would be nice. Normally with songs that are like, you know, I'm already that much more familiar with and stuff like that, with something like this where it's kind of like a little bit of a jam sesh. I try to let it play a little bit more, but at the same time, like, you know, we got to make sure that we try to keep it original and whatnot. So, all right, let's get into this one. All right, so this request is coming from our good friend, and I'm not gonna call her up by name because I don't want to put it on her like that. I just want to say that, you know, I'm so sorry that I keep putting. I forgot to include this the other night. It was. I have no excuses. I really have no excuses other than it just completely slipped my mind to put it in there, and I feel like I keep doing this to you, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry. I hate that I do this to people. So, this one is for you. We're gonna check out Cult of Personality. I don't know that I've actually ever seen this video before, so this is gonna be a good little refresher for me going down memory lane because it has been a while since I think that I have listened to this song. So, a good, nice little throwback, and I'm very excited to go ahead and check this out because I like checking out the old videos, like especially the ones that I haven't seen or seen a lot, because it's like a whole new experience for me, you know. So I do find it interesting, and it's fun that I get some of these requests. So let's go ahead and get into Cult of Personality by Living Color. Like Mussolini, like this is like probably one of the only songs that I have probably ever liked that like had like anytime anybody's gone like political and they start like naming like real people and like they start like putting like real like people on like this is not typically a fan of it. I don't mind if you're like talking about somebody. I think that's part of the art, right? Is like, you know, you should be throwing shade and writing lyrics at somebody's direction. You know, you should. But I don't necessarily love it when you say, it's about you, though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it should be more implied and open for interpretation that way. I think a lot of times you can write things where it's like, there's no way that it could not be this person. But this is one of those few examples where this is one of those times where I'm like, this is probably one of the only songs that I've really liked it, like being a part of it, right? Because I feel like this story is like one of the most unique ones that are kind of told in this way. It was one of like the first ones that was ever really kind of told in this way at the same time. Given the idea of like this is like coming off of like this is what Rage Against the Machine kind of like sprung. Like, you know what I mean? Like that riff is just sounds like Rage Against the Machine. Like, you know, it just sounds exactly like what that was gonna come in. I don't feel like there was really any other kind of sound like that until that kind of really kind of came in like with those bands in the 90s. Does that make sense? Like, you know, this was kind of before that. Like, it kind of like, this was when like pop and like 80s dance music was like really huge. So I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about the timeline on that. And I hope I'm not, but I'm pretty sure this was like more like in the middle of all that, like before like 90s and grunge and all that was really even coming into play. So this was like, for the time, like really pushing boundaries. Like, this is one of those songs where, like, you know, all I can think about is like this is like middle of the summer with all the windows down in the whip and like as loud as it can go. You know what I'm saying? And I say a lot that it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complex. This song is not that complex. That solo was fire. It obviously very complex, but the little like riff that we're just carrying, we're doing it the entire song. It's in the drum, same thing. Just keeping the groove. But You don't need more. You don't need more. The story is still being told. You don't even need the visuals. Like the visuals add to like the overall music video, which is again revolutionary, pushing boundaries for the time. Where, especially for somebody like who's like a minority, like to talk about these kinds of things, they really didn't like them being really having any kind of microphone like this back then. Like. So like I said, this is really pushing boundaries in a time where we're not really too far removed from the idea of like segregation laws. You know, we're talking a couple of decades removed. A lot of still like the aftermath of that time frame is still really happening in this. So again, really, really pushing a lot of boundaries. That's why this song I think has lived on in so much like it's going to keep living on the way that it has because it's a big thing for the time and it's never not been that. And it will always should get the respect that it has been for what it has and was at the time that it came out. I know that was a mouthful and I know I probably said a bunch of wild shit in there, but it's a great song. That's the easiest way to put it. Oh, yeah. That was actually a pretty cool music video at the same time. Very of the time. It was very much a oh my god, I'm clicking everything wrong today. Whoa, boy. Oh man, let me get my brain back on for a second. Okay, alright. Where was I? Yeah, their outfits, the clothes, man. The clothes. The 80s is making a strong comeback, like with a passion. For sure. I think I said it on a different video where I said I definitely realized that I was getting older when the kids are now referring to ankle socks as being what old people wear. And I was like, what? Ankle socks? No. Crew socks is what old people wear, man. What are you talking about? But now crew socks are coming back, yo. It all just comes right back full circle. And, you know, again, I would say the swag is fire. Homeboy with the solo swag is fire. Like, I would like that jacket now. That's what I'm saying. I don't hate it. We don't need to go back to wearing, like, the, there's a lot of this stuff in the 80s we could definitely leave alone, for sure. But, some of it, I don't hate it. That solo right there, I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure if I could be mistaken. But I want to say that like, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put that on that man. I'm not even going to try to even say that it was even a thing. But I thought I remember hearing something about them saying that Rage Against the Machine grew up or was inspired by and/or that song at some point in time. Because I hear a lot of Rage Against the Machine in there. I hear a lot of like what they do and what they did. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in their own way, obviously, but like very much of a style and a fashion. Like that's one of those riffs, man. Like, could you imagine what it was like at the venue? Like hearing them play that on the venue, and like just hearing that motherfucker riff through like inside the walls, man. Oh my god, you know it was fire. That was the other thing too. Is like when you have like when your singer has like a voice like that, where like you can kind of really kind of get away with like singing like probably some R&B and stuff like that too, like the vocal registers I feel like are different, and I feel like it just adds a different like flair and spice to the rock mix, if you will, kind of like the way that Danny kind of does when back in the day when I was talking about how like when her accent comes out, like it's just something that like you just don't hear a lot in rock. So when you hear it sound from like basically someone from like who's like a non-white person, you're gonna hear some different things. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm going a little too far with the nuances of voices there, but I feel like it's a cool thing to hear that over like distorted riffs.
You don't hear those kinds of voices as much over like distortion and those kinds of like rockin' riffs. And I feel like that's why this song lives on the way that it does, is because it is unique that way. And there wasn't that many people that did stuff like this, and it sounded like this. And come on, man, that solo, that's like one of those you can start arguing about that one, about like whether that one belongs in like the all time top 100 list somewhere, like where on the 100 list it belongs. So, but yes, I'm so sorry, Susie. I said your name this time. I'm so sorry, Susie. I'll cut that part out of it. That I am so sorry that it took me this long to do this reaction, and that I forgot to do it the other night. So that is my bad, and I definitely owe you another one. Definitely owe you another one. Keep it coming. You've been giving me some throwbacks, so I like talking about some of these throwbacks. So I like the fact that you're like the one who does that to me, like for me. You know what I mean? You keep me going on this particular train, so it's interesting and fun. All right, so I think I saw a couple people hopping in the chat. What is going on, Jessica? How are you, my friend? With the socks, yes. Oh my god! Like I said, when my kid was like, "Yo, dog," like that's what old people wear. I was like, "What? What are you talking about, fam? Come on!" I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, I really am an old person now. It doesn't hit you until your kid starts like becoming a teenager, I think. You know what I mean? Like, he's 13 now. So he's like on the verge of being a man already, you know what I mean? He's just a couple underarm hairs away from, getting his own house. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Yeah, he's growing up quick though. He is growing up very fast. Tom also went to school with Vernon Reed was also on the same radar as the guitarist. He just told me that he enjoyed Vernon's work. Yeah, I thought I had heard or saw him say something about that once upon a time. So I do think I remember that. You should react to Liliac for an You should reach out to Liliac for an interview. Papa Liliac has said he loves your reaction videos. Oh my god, that's so awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm gonna take you at your word, studio, and I will reach out to them. I would love for a chance to interview them. I think that would be awesome. That would be great. I think I have said it on here a couple of times that I have a few interviews lined up with a few artists. A couple of them I'm waiting on like some availability time frames and stuff like that. So that's why I don't want to put any kind of really put any kind of timeline, or I don't want to announce any artist name specifically, just in case something happens. So because things come up, things change, and I don't want anybody to get like a bad taste in their mouth for that. Somebody had asked me earlier about my Freeze the Fall interview, and we are still on the books. We were supposed to do it today, but they actually had a gig opportunity come up last minute, and they asked if we could set up another time. So we went ahead and did that. So they are at a gig tonight. I'm pretty sure that we'll probably see some videos and stuff like that. So be sure to follow me on my Instagram, and I'll make sure I reshare all that stuff for you. I'll keep you up to date. I could not for the life of me figure out how to get more Instagram followers. I don't know what to do on that damn platform. I don't know how to be a better Instagram person. But it seems like people like my stories, so I don't know. People are checking them. People are liking them. So follow me on there. And somebody had talked to me about Liliac kind of privately as well, and brought up the idea of like, would I be interested in interviewing them? And I said, absolutely, I would very much so. I also kind of feel like it maybe might be a little disrespectful to ask when I'm not too familiar with their catalog yet. So, but at the same time, I really like their music, and maybe I will. So, it's all when the timing is right. You know what I'm saying? It's all when the timing is right. Just, I'm about to share a picture for the sake of the socks. Oh yeah. My dad's got a couple of pictures that I can't even say what I call them on here.
Oh man, I love my dad, man. That's one of my favorite pictures of him because it looks like so much not like him. Oh man, but yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah, my dad's got some pictures because he was like full grown adult living through the '80s. You know what I mean? So he was the guy who was in their late teenager, graduated high school, joined the military, all in the '80s. You know what I'm saying? So that was his heyday. You know what I mean? That was his early 2000s or whatever for me, or mid 2000s, or I don't even fucking know. I'm old now. I don't know. Y'all will say that I'm not, but I feel like I'm old. I feel like I'm old. All right. What song did I say I was going to do next? What song did I have next in the list? Is Rana on? I don't think Rana's on here tonight. I don't think I had hers on here tonight. I think what I had next was New Aesthetic. That one was really, I think, going to put me into a happy mood. Because those guys, I get a kick out of them for sure. I'll save some of my talking about New Aesthetic for the actual video. And why does my recording thing keep stopping? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, right. Oh, that's right. I was going to do Voice of Badger too. Let's see. Oh yeah, we gotta do this. We have got to do New Aesthetic because I should have done this like a minute ago, and I didn't. All right, New Aesthetic. All right. Let this vape one more time. If you are just joining the stream tonight, we started off this entire stream with Johnny is in a very depressed state of mind today, which is okay. It's okay. It's very common for me. But my energy levels might be a little lower than what people typically expect of me. I've been blaming it on the fact that I'm not drinking my Monster today. So, if Monster Energy would ever sponsor me for giving them love and showing them some support and, powering me through these very energetic live streams that I typically am having, but today I'm lacking. But I don't have any Monster in my life. So, it is what it is. Shout out to Coke and Sprite. You own all that too. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So, next we're going to be getting into the new song and the new music video, Losing This Game by the band New Aesthetic. And if you haven't heard of New Aesthetic yet, I will tell you that they are one of my probably favorite, if not my absolute favorite, I think, up-and-coming pop-punk band that is out there right now. They are from San Diego, California. I have been following them on Instagram since I listened to their song Spork and their music video. I thought that these guys were, like, what I saw in the video is everything I see in, like, what they put out on their social media. And these guys are funny. These guys are, like, just a bunch of guys hanging out together in a band that are just trying to do their thing. And I love what they're doing, and I just love their overall energy. And I think that they're hilarious. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and check it out.
Whoa, the hell's a limo doing here?
Greetings, heathens! My name's Skylar Biggs, and you may now vacate my skate park.
Your skate park?
That's correct, trash boy! My father just bought me this skate park for my birthday. This lot is now owned by Big Company Incorporated.
Big Company Incorporated.
Gee, that's like the biggest company there is.
Correct again, peasant. Now beat off.
Oh my god, that was a great callback to like the sport video when he was like, gee, big company, that's like the biggest one there is. Oh my god. When you start out this whole thing off with like greetings heathens. Ugh. Like this, I don't know. the picture that they're painting of like this kid, like, my dad just brought me this skate park and you heathens have got to go. We're gonna come in here with big corporation and take it over.
You mean beat it?
What did I say?
Look, dude, I don't care who your daddy is. How about you go skate off into your little pool of money and...
A skate off, you say?
What? No, I'm saying you should go skate...
Well, let's make things interesting. If you win, you get to keep your little slab of concrete. But if I win, I get to keep the skate park, and I get to buy the rights to your band. New Aesthetic will be mine.
Dude, are you listening? We're not gonna compete for
Please, New Aesthetic, you're our only hope.
He'll do it.
Dude!
We have an agreement. I'll see you pores in an hour. Jinx, the door.
Well, I guess the stakes are established then.
So we gotta beat the villain, save our community,
And get the girl. We probably have to do a training montage sequence too.
Cool. I guess we can start the song now?
Oh man, I like how they like lined it up of like, you know, we gotta do this, and then homeboy was like, and get the girl. Remember, don't forget that. We gotta get the girl. Please don't forget that's part of what we gotta do here. This one is like it's not coming up with like the same kind of energy that Spork did, because like Spork was like a punch in the face, like this raw emotion, like the entire thing through. So I really like this as a follow-up single from coming off of Spork, because like not every song is gonna have to be like this punch in the face, right? Like you're gonna have these records that are gonna kind of counterbalance that, especially when you're putting your music up against each other. And so as this like being like a follow-up song or single, whatever you want to call it, like coming off of the Spork song, like I like what this is. Like I feel like it's kind of showing a little bit of the range of the band. It's still keeping all the same pop punk like energy in it. I love the fact that these guys have two vocalists. I love the fact that they bounce off of each other with that kind of energy. I love the fact that they do that. It's one of the things that I think they do really well, like from what I can see from like their live shows, is like their crowd engagement and the way that they interact with each other. Like what you see like in this music video is kind of like what these guys are in terms of like just like the band itself. Like, you know, they are just a group of friends that are just like to have a good time and do that through the art of playing music and doing that with a live show. So I cannot wait till these guys are going on to a little run. They've been doing like a little run out on the West Coast, going like to Vegas and like a little bit all up the California coast, all the way up, I think, up to Oregon and whatnot. So I'm really excited for them to come out to like the East Coast. They actually were on a little tour, I think, with Hawthorne Heights there for a little while. So it's really cool to see them out there and get some exposure. So I'm just really excited to see what these guys are going to continue to do and continue to make music.
Beyond
training montage thing was killing me too, man. I was like, what are they gonna do with this training montage? And that kid, that's where like every kid is like got their own little thing that they're like, each individual band member is like the only one that cares about like that specific part of the mission. You know what I mean? I think that's funny. Well, the other thing I've noticed is all the band shirts that they're wearing are like super fire. Like Homeboy had a drug church shirt on. I saw an Atticus shirt. Like shout out to Blank and Mark and all them. What else did I see in there? There's a Dinosaur Jr. shirt. They got all kinds of great bands in here. Knuckle Puck, like all kinds of good shit. All kinds of great bands.
Using the blame is not what it seems. Just winning defeat. Scores down by one and it's me versus me.
The Rocky montage, baby.
Dig my grave. Play the game. Behind the walls without a sound. Forever, never around. We're losing this game. Still feel the same. Looking back, am I just refusing the blame? It's not what it seems. Just winning defeats. Scores down by one and it's me versus me.
Oh my god, so stupid, man. That's what I said. These guys are funny, man. These guys crack me up. Like, I think Spork they knocked it out of the park like that much more with like the overall funny concepts. But like the same thing with this one, like the punchlines, the jokes were funny, the callbacks were funny. Again, I like the overall sound of this song. I like this coming off of Spork as like a good follow up. I know that they're probably got a lot more heat and a lot more great stuff coming, like, you know, down the repertoire. The one thing that I would always encourage any artist to keep doing is just keep writing music, man. Keep writing. You're only going to keep getting better. You're only going to keep making better gold. So I'm very excited, again, to see what New Aesthetic is going to go in the future. They're one of the bands that I am probably the most excited for in terms of the up-and-coming pop-punk world, if you will. So as much as I hate to like put labels on it, you know, but you know, they're definitely in the punk world. So love the punk world for sure. All right, let's see what's going on in this chat. I keep turning wrong shit today. Wrong shit today. What is going on with these socks? Socks. Discord. I feel like the youngest in the, I always feel the youngest in these streams. Shit. Oh man, are we talking? Felipe, are you talking about? I believe you sent me a video on Instagram. Oh, yep, sure enough. Chilean metal band I recorded. Yes, I did. You were right. You were one of those people that I unfortunately had made you a promise that I'd never actually followed through on, and I'm so sorry for that. I am so sorry for that. I've said this literally like the last 3 live streams where I absolutely hate it when I tell people that I'm going to do something and I don't do it. And I did, and you were unfortunately one of those people that was affected by one of those promises that I did not keep. So yes, we could definitely check out your song right now. So we are going to do that. Let's see if we got something. Okay, I see it. I'm going to pull this back up, and I'm going to make sure
I'm gonna look for like a little thumbs up or a yes or whatever you would like to give me to make sure that this is the one, because it looks like it, and I believe this is the one right here, right? Oh, Bell Development made it and then it pop back in. It is late night with the Johnny Foxtrot crew. We're about to check out Dogma Intensive Scare. And apparently this is a Chilean metal band. Yes, the song is called Sport, Mr. Jesse. And it's good, man. It's catchy. It's catchy. If you like pop punk, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, and I just got your text there, message there, Felipe. And I do appreciate your patience with me, my friend. Like, again, I do hate it when I promise people or tell people I'm going to do something and I don't do it. I never try to do that to people, ever. I try to avoid ever telling you I'm going to do something if I don't actually plan on doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, if I tell you I'm going to do it, it's because I intend to. So, but sometimes it has happened. I have overlooked some, so we're going to go ahead and check this one out because our good friend Felipe had asked us to, and apparently this is going to be some intensive shit. It is called Intensive Scare, so I don't know if it's going to be scary. It's okay if it is. It's totally okay if it is. I like me some scary stuff. It might not be scary. It might just be a good song. But we are about to find out. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's a sick guitar already.
Lito, I can smell your fear.
I don't know what they're doing with that riff. I don't know what he's doing. I haven't seen anybody like do something with their hands like that. Not that I have noticed. I don't know what it is exactly that he's doing with his hands that is making whatever noises it's making. But it sounds sick. It sounds sick. When somebody said that this had like a punk rock feel to it, I wouldn't necessarily call it punk rock. This definitely has more of a metal vibe to me, for sure. Not to say that that's a bad thing. I went into it with the false expectations. I think I was expecting a little bit more of a different sound, because as soon as they started playing that riff, I was like, man, I feel like I'm at the wrong concert for punk. For sure. This has definitely got a metal feel to it, for sure. Like a punch in the face of like raw energy. That riff is hard. I can imagine that in a live setting, like it's gonna sound so nasty coming out the speakers.
Well,
That was pretty wild, man. That was a hard little riff though. I really dig it. Like overall, like when it comes to like his vocal style, it kind of had like that, like, you know, that hair, like the hair metal band kind of deal without the high pitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't tend to listen to a ton of metal with vocalists that kind of like sound like what they overall sound like, but that's not a dig on his vocals at all. I think that his vocals were good. I think that the overall like sound of the song and the structure of the overall song was really good. I like the riff. I like the fact that, like, again, another simple riff carries basically the entire song, and then you just play with it the rest of the time. Like, you know, you add some sick solos, you add extra little things that you're doing here and there. I think all he was really doing was just basically playing the strings like from like different parts of the fretboard. So I don't really think it was anything kind of like too wild, but it looked like he was doing something like unique, but I don't really think it was like that much different from some of the stuff that I was seeing. Maybe I think I got a little ahead of myself with that overall first initial thought with that. But yeah, overall, pretty wild. I don't know how they synced everything up like that. The technology is obviously probably there, but it was really cool that they found a way to do this and actually had this little like jam session this way. Was pretty cool, or they just tied it all together. Really cool concept. Homeboy's little skull thing on the bottom of his guitar was pretty sick. I forget what they call that. That part of the guitar itself. That's what I said. I'm not a gearhead, guys. Don't ever expect me to like just remember what every single thing is called. I'm a very casual guitar player. You know what I'm saying? Very casual. Never could hold any kind of water with anybody like that we ever talk about on this channel or, you know, look at and play with. I am not a good guitar player at all. I can play a little bit of rhythm. That's about it. So I probably could learn how to play a little bit of bass, probably, but I'd have to get one and practice and all that kind of stuff. But yes, I appreciate you, Felipe, for the reminder. Again, I'm so sorry, my friend, for putting this off for so long. I'm so sorry about this, man. I know you had asked, and I totally did not do it for you. But yeah, I thought this was pretty badass, man. Like I said, it's not necessarily my overall like
particular taste, but it sounds good. It sounds good. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. And like I said, that riff is pretty fire. All right, let's see. Look like guitars, makes it game back bomb. Lolly's newest to Ginger in your comment section. Lolly compared to Ginger. That is quite a stretch. You know what I mean? That is a little bit of a stretch. All right there, Mr. Paul. You have a great night. My friend, you were probably already gone. The drums already made it for me. Yeah, like I said, the instrumentation for this entire thing was pretty fire. Like, I really like the drummer. His blue cymbals were pretty fucking dope too. Like, I thought was also really sick. So that was cool. What? All right, let's see. What else did I have? I think I had like one more song in here. Let's see. Let's do Wardruna and Aurora. I don't know who Wardruna is, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to try it out. I've been on kind of a little bit of an Aurora kick lately. Like, kind of digging her stuff. It's like the third one I think this weekend with her. Let's see. Shit. Actually, I did that back. I'm gonna do voice of Botchbot. I'm gonna save Aurora. I haven't done a voice of Botchbot in a minute. Ooh, and the riff sounds nasty too. I love me some B.O.B. Love me some B.O.B. Gotta pull up the actual right thing though. Oh, it is already here. Cool. All right, cool. All right. I think this is going to be my last request for the evening, guys. It has been fun. It has been real. We are almost at 2 hours. I spent the first hour of this like chatting about a bunch of nonsense. Maul is going to be a great friend and tell me to stop apologizing, Johnny, for all the talking that you were doing. And I appreciate you guys for anybody who was hanging out during that time frame. It was not the worst one, but it was a tearjerker. I did get a little crying, but I feel like I got into a pretty good discussion. So I'm not ashamed of that one. I'm not ashamed of that one. I don't feel like I got too out of pocket. I feel like we turned it into a positive today. And that was the overall point, right? It's like that, I'm not going to let my PTSD, I'm not going to let my depression keep me down. Like, I didn't let it keep me down with getting a chance to talk to Jesse today. And I was not going to let it get me down with trying to record a little bit tonight with you guys as well. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me thus far this evening. I think the final song we're going to get into tonight is going to be this next one from Voice of Botchbot. And this song is a brand new one. It might not have any English in it. It does not have any closed captions. Honestly, if it doesn't have any English, it's totally fine. I am excited to check it out one way or the other, and I am just excited to hopefully provide some help to the overall algorithm for Voice of Botchbot. I still see that they are having a great time getting out there, really just getting their music spread out in the world. I'm so excited to see that, and just continuing just to see their success spread as quickly as and as much as we can, as possibly as fast as we can, because their music is great. Every original song I've heard from them has been fantastic. Like their musicianship is amazing. It's amazing what they stand for, what they write about, like just the overall, like everything that they're doing is just everything that I just love in an artist. So I love everything about B.O.B. So let's go ahead and check out their newest song. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try. I am American, and I do not know how to speak this language, so I'm not even going to try.
Pada sudut senja yang kosong, menangisi langit dan sisa mentari yang bolong. Pada sudut senja yang kosong, menangisi langit dan sisa mentari yang bolong. Pada tepak-tepak pagi yang terbakar, ku menepak ke sungai yang airnya tak lagi tawar. Lumpur sawah berubah jadi kaca sinar, pasir air menjadi pagar tingkat paling sanyar. Masih adakah ramah-ramah di rumah? Masih adakah lapang tempat kita pulang? Jika semua dijajah, jika lantas.
Oh my god, that is stupid hard, man. That is so hard. This is why I love this band, man. It's like, I don't know what they're saying, but whatever they're writing about, and I'll go look it up, and I will, and it's okay, because you guys always let me know at the same time, like, what it is that they're talking about. They write a lot of, like, Sudanese proverbs in their stuff. Like, they write all kinds of different, like, cool stuff in it, and whatever the lyrical content it is, it's always going to be amazing. But, like, the way that they choose to find the riffs and the bass lines in this song, oh my god. Kicking up the energy in all the right fucking ways, man. Like, so fire.
Dilepas hilang dari masa depan, ku berteriak rumah tanah tak dijual di alamku, ini taman-taman bermainku. Selamatkanlah, jangan dijual, jangan dijual, jangan dijual. Rumah tanah tak dijual di alamku, ini taman-taman bermainku. Selamatkanlah, jangan dijual, jangan dijual, jangan dijual.
Oh my god. Oh my good god, man! Every time with the solos, man, I love another thing that this band does like so well is like they do a lot of like let's go ahead and give you like a little like guitar riff solo, and then like we'll like do a little bass groove, like kind of like a little bounce back and forth a lot, and they just keep the rhythm going with the groove, and they just get the chance to kind of explain a little bit, and like the way that they always kind of like write their riffs and their grooves, I feel like are very of a similar style. And I just really like the way that they do it. Like a lot of their riffs have a sound kind of to them where I feel like they kind of have like their own style, if that makes sense. So like they don't stray too far away from that. And I kind of like that because it makes them have their own sound where it does sound like a Voice of Bachaprat song. Like, you know, when you look at the overall like imagery, like for like the artwork in this, and like at the same time, like I can't say that it's about greed and wealth and how powerful people, you know, do bad things for money and all that and extort the earth and all that kinds of stuff. So like, you know, I get it that it probably, I can't say for sure that that's what it's about, but the imagery looks like it probably is, or at least like for like the overall like artwork for the entire project. So I would imagine it's probably someone on brand for that because they talk about that quite a bit. But again, the overall sound sounds like Voice of Bachaprat. The lyrical content is probably going to be just as poetic as it always is. Even if it is like written in their language, it's probably more poetic because it's written in their language. So even like the way that it translates into English is always typically beautiful. So it's just always really cool. Like just understand their music. I listen to this is probably one of the first bands that I've ever listened to where I will put songs that I don't know what the words are into my playlist. And it's because I know what the song is talking about. Even though I don't know what they're saying, but I know what they're talking about. And I know what they're talking about in that chorus. And in that verse, I know what the subject matter is. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I know like what they're also talking about. So it's probably one of the only bands where I've really been able to do that really well. them, and then also Bandmate has been another band that I've been able to actually accomplish that with, and actually feel like I am actually still connecting with it, even though I don't know in the moment what they're saying. Oh my God. So fire. So fire.
Pada sudut senja yang kosong, menangisi langit dan sementara yang belum. Pada sudut senja yang kosong, menangisi langit dan sementara yang bolong. Pada bingkai-bingkai jiwa yang papaku dan tetap meratapi pada kilau langit yang samar. Tak kutemukan aku, tak kulihat kamu yang ada kepada sembuh. Masih adakah remah-remah di rumah? Masih adakah
get that pig going, baby!
jika lantas dilepas hilang dari masa depanku berteriak. Rumah tanah tak dijual demi alamku, ini taman teman bermainku. Selamatkanlah, jangan dijual, jangan dijual, jangan dijual. Rumah tanah tak dijual demi alamku. Selamatkanlah, jangan dijual, jangan dijual, jangan dijual. Jangan dijual.
Ah, stop playing with me! Oh my God, she gave me some harsh vocals. I was not ready for that, guys. I was not. Oh, oh my God, she like completed like all my wishes now, man. She gave me some screamy screams too. Oh, so good. I know I joke around on my channel a lot about getting the pit going, and I'm one of those guys that I'm not really trying to get the pit going, guys, like that. I don't really want to jump in the pit like that, you know what I'm saying? But you mark my words. For any of you, whenever they come to America, whatever show I'm going to, and if you're coming with, we are going to get that motherfucking pit going on one of those songs when Voice Batchpot gets up there. I'm telling you, if it's me and one other person, we gonna do it. We are gonna fucking do it, man. Oh my God, they got music to do it to too. They got riffs, they got the bangers, they hit. Oh my God, when she hits us like with the drum, like with the hi-hats, man. Oh, she just all the metal rage, baby. Let's get this pit circling. Let's get this wall of death crashing. Whatever you want to do, man. Oh, they're so great. So great. I love them so much. Like I said, of all the bands that I'm like probably like the most excited to try to get some meet and greet tickets to. Like I want to meet Voice of Botchpot so bad. I do. I couldn't even tell you what any of their names are off the top of my head like that. And I'm terrible about that too, about the fact that like I look at them as a group, like all three of them, and like I would totally get the meet and greets because I would love to get a picture with them one day. I cannot wait to see them in concert in America one day. Or like I said, I will see them. I will travel far within the United States whenever they do come back to the US. I didn't know who they were when the last time they came here, but now I do. And I will see them one day. Please be sure to let me know what the next one for BLB I should check out is. Oh my God. That was a good one. It's like I never know what's gonna happen with this band. I never know what's gonna happen, but they're all good. They're all good. There's even their covers, like just the fact that they even covered those songs is probably really the big thing for me with them, is the fact that they even just like that's the ones they were choosing to cover. Like of all the ones they could choose, they chose to cover those ones. You know what I mean? Like They picked an off the wall Slipknot song. They picked an off the wall Linkin Park song. They picked like literally like the songs like it wasn't like the one that every band that would cover Linkin Park now would pick, or every band that would they didn't do that. So it really was like that's a song we fuck with. You know what I mean? It's so cool that they did that. So cool. Yes, Poe. You just missed VOB. You totally missed VOB. I have been working off the list tonight. And I was actually getting ready to wrap things up for the said evening. It has been real. It has been fun. And it also has been real fun. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today, for sure. Especially on a day like today. Sundays are typically pretty bad days for me, consistently. That's why I typically try to live stream on Sundays, is because it normally puts me in at least a little bit of a better mood for at least the time that I'm on here. So I've always really appreciated doing these on the Sundays that I have done them. So I will continue to try to do them as much as possible. Again, everything will be kind of as normal this week in terms of scheduling and whatnot. Poe, you will be lucky and happy to hear I will be putting out and recording the next video for the bandmate doc. So we're gonna get started on Pigeon. We're gonna get on her next, and we'll get that out this week. And I think I'm all caught up on all your requests there, sir. Other than the rest of those docs. So we got that coming this week. Again, we're gonna continue with the Warning Wednesday. We'll continue with the Dakota bar this week with the warning. I am planning to do a couple of artist specific live streams, probably in like the holiday season. Is kind of what I've been thinking about doing. I thought about doing one for Angelina Jordan specifically. They had one that they were talking about doing. I think that was like a Christmas concert that she did. So I thought that might be a fun one to do. I think that we'll do the Lenario warning one sometime in December as well. So we'll do a whole live stream dedicated to specifically that. I want to do something Freeze the Fall related. So we might just do an entire, like, go through their catalog in their discography so far. We might do a Freeze the Fall only one as well. I got to do the Runnin' Friends live stream coming up sometime at the same time too. So I've been talking about that one and toying with that one, but I haven't actually pulled the trigger on it yet. So we got to do one of those too. And I'm sure there's some sort of like hour-long Ren live stream that we could do. That's some sort of like full concert or something that what the Renegades would like to do for sure. What else is there on the docket of things on my mind? Again, for anybody who's watching, listening, if you're in a Discord, that kind of thing, we got a great community going up on the Discord. Growing stronger every day, and we need more people to add to our international map, baby. That's probably what we need to do, is have a thread of like marking off countries or something like that, I think. Post Bob over here talking about where's Miku Docs. That's all. I was just talking about that, man. I was just talking about that, my friend. We gonna get those out very, very soon. Oh, that's right. I was talking about this week and next week. So this week we will be pretty much business as usual. I am leaving on Friday, I think, this week to go down to visit my wife's family for about a week. I think we're gonna be down there for Thanksgiving and whatnot. So it'll be good to see them. And I will be live streaming that week. It just might not be at the exact dates and times like I'm kind of typically used to doing. So it might be a little bit more sporadic, but I will keep you guys up to date, obviously, on the Discord and on the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you have Instagram and you do Instagram, follow me on there for sure. I could definitely use some pointers of what anybody would like to see, for sure. But what else am I forgetting? Something. Oh, probably just thanking everybody. But yes, Pulse Kebab. I see you, Poe.
I see you, I see you, I see you. And thank you so much for that. I don't know why I cannot. It's annoying. I'm taking a picture. That way I don't forget. Okay, cool. The Miku docs, most important. Oh, okay. Yes, they are probably the most important, to be honest with you. We are down to like what brought it all together now. So we've got to get to that. Let's see. Jessica, are you still on here? If you are, I don't know if I ever have or done this for you, but have I ever given you a specific reaction request? I don't think that I have. And so if you got a one, like I say, it could be whatever you want. It could be literally whatever you want. So I want to make sure that I give you one, because I don't think I've actually done one for you specifically. So yeah, let me know. You don't have to answer now either. You can get back to me. You don't have to blow your one opportunity for the freebie. You know what I'm saying? Or like or at least this freebie. You don't have to. So yes, okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that I've given you one specifically. So yeah, if you got one, or if you think of one, let me know which one you want me to do, and I'll do it specifically for you. Okay, you'll think about it. Perfect. Yes, like I said, no pressure. You don't have to answer that now. Dave, you're cracking me up, man. That's so funny. Oh man. Yeah, so I gotta get I'll get one for Jessica and Pixie one of these days, man, when I'm feeling it. We're gonna have to go down that we're gonna have to start that journey. With Led Zeppelin. I remember when I was in grades irrelevant, but I think I was probably around 16. I played basketball with my dad and his work colleagues a lot after school, and we used to, of course I was the music guy, so any of the young guys who my dad worked with would talk to me about music and stuff like that. And the one guy was like, "Hey man, do you like Led Zeppelin?" And I said, "Honestly, I don't think I've really listened to too much Led Zeppelin." And he goes, "Oh man, you gotta get the lead out." And he was like, "I've been waiting like for 15 years to be able to say that to somebody." It was, you could tell like how excited he was on his face, like to see like he finally got to use the joke. You know what I mean? He finally got to use the joke. So yeah, I'm sure there is a handful of people out there, and especially you, Pixie, that'll be very excited when we dive into this Led Zeppelin journey. I also need to get into Rush too. That's the other night that I think that we need to set up, like the oldies but goodies night kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like the flashback grouping. You know what I mean? Like Cult of Personality, right? Where Led Zeppelin, Rush, like some of these bands that I'm just not really that familiar with, like that would fall into kind of those flashbacks, oldies but goodies, right? So I feel like that might be another decent idea for a live stream idea. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm enjoying the live streaming probably a lot more than just recording the reactions. I think it's like two birds, one stone on here, and I kind of like it better that way. It makes it so much more fun for me to come to work every day, if you will. So it's much more fun talking to you guys than chatting, and all that on the comments. But the Discord's feels a little bit more personal too than the comment section does. Jessica says that she also likes that idea. So that's we're two people. With three. Steve says yes. So we're three solid yeses on that. So yeah, we'll probably have to do that one as well. I think that would probably be a good idea for sure. All right, guys. Well, it has been a great evening with you guys. Thank you for hanging out late night with Johnny Foxtrot. We will have to do this again. My West Coast friends, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us today as well, and especially you East Coasters, man. You guys, true vampires at heart, yo. You guys are my family. You guys are my blood, for sure. But again, thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me today, especially on a day where I'm just really not feeling the best today. You guys have definitely brought a lot of happiness to my world today, so I definitely want to thank you guys for that. And I mean that as sincerely as I possibly can. So, you guys definitely make it worth doing this. You know what I mean? It's you know, that when, especially when I first started this, I'm like, man, am I just making a fucking joke out of myself? But you know, now I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm like, enough people believe in the idea of what we're doing here. So it feels more like the right thing, but that self-doubt's going to come every once in a while. So I try to be a pretty humble guy, but you also got to believe in yourself at the same time. So it's a fine line, you know what I mean? And I try to not walk on the wrong side of it. So I think that's where the depression side of my brain won't let me be too cocky. When I get too cocky, all of a sudden it'll be like, your brain will be like, nah, man, you a real piece of shit. Oh, shit. But I appreciate you guys again for hanging out with me tonight. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, their evening. I will probably not be on tomorrow because I have things going on and I got an interview set up on Tuesday. So I'll probably see you guys on the Wednesday live stream, but I will probably get some recorded reactions probably sometime between now and then. I might even slip in maybe a little late night or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get a little spontaneous. So who knows? Who knows? I just can't make any promises yet, but for sure on Wednesday, we will be back for sure on Wednesday. So, yeah. That's this. I think that's all I got for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, night, and I will see you guys soon. And I will do my awkward 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 into pause into oblivion, so that way I don't cut myself off from you guys and everything like that. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys soon. I appreciate you guys.